Hello there, my little flower pots of joy. I'm so sorry for the wind noise if you can hear it. How is everybody? Hope you're alright. I don't really have anything specific to talk about today, to be honest with you. Me and Kira on our way to a rally. Can't remember which one it is. It's up near Derby anyway. I think it's called like Unwanted MCC or something like that. But we're going to go see Kira's dad. Hello Danny, love you mate. You know, for the first time in what feels like fucking years, it's not raining. And I think I've just jinxed myself, but the temperature is just right. But yeah, we'll have a nice ride out. I mean, we're on the A50 for the majority of it, so it's not going to be very fun for you guys to watch. But I'll just sit and talk about some shit, you know. Gives me a video to put up, I guess. Oh, yeah, to be honest with you, I've been waiting for this sun to come out for so long. It keeps peeking its nose out, and then all of a sudden it'll just be like, nah, fuck off mate, can't be arsed. And then it'll go back again, and it'll start pissing down. And then another storm will come up, and then it'll piss it down, and it'll be sunny for half a day, and tease us again, and yeah, it's shit. I guess what I will do actually is I'll start to give you some of the negatives of this bike if I can. I know that a lot of people don't like hearing negative things. Fortunately, you can't escape that in life. Oh, this tarmac is really nice. Holy shit! I never thought I'd be so aroused over tarmac. 6th gear, lots of power. The first negative I've got to say about this thing is the switchgear. Not the greatest I've ever had in my life. Yeah, it's really petty, but the thing I dislike about this bike, and this shows how little there is wrong with it, to be fair, is the switchgear isn't backlit. And that might sound really stupid, but the fact that it's not backlit in this day and age is just a bit, I don't know, a bit annoying, because I do riding at night. I do quite a lot of riding at night, to be fair with you, with commuting and stuff like that if I can. And I gotta say, like, not having backlit switchgears at night is really, really annoying. Now, I will get the argument that a majority of all of this is for feel. You shouldn't really be, you know, relying on looking at things, you should be able to feel them. Well, that kind of brings me on to the second thing about these, is that, oh man, it's not very intuitive. It really isn't. Yeah, usually there's a standard when it comes to switch gears where, you know, the trigger at the back is for your flash. You know, your indicators and your horn are, you know, somewhat out of the way. I remember the MT09, the 2nd gen MT09 switch gear was really bad for that, because you just always press your horn instead of your indicators. But yeah, I gotta say that the switch gear is just not very intuitive at all. You know, your full beams are here, and then to take them off you've got to push them down, which then flashes them, because you push them down, that's when you get your flash instead of it being around here, because around here is your mode selector, which just doesn't make any sense at all. Oh, come on mate, thank you. Yeah, I find that quite annoying, to be honest with you, because as soon as you want to take your full beams off, you're flashing people. And I've had quite a few people sort of have a pop at me because they look like I'm flashing them when I'm not. I'm just trying to, you know, knock that full beam off. Now, if you knock the full beam off very, very gently, yeah, you can do it. But again, it's a finesse that you're not really going to get on a bike, because with the roads the way they are, like these roads, for example, are very, very bumpy because they've got lines in them. You're just going to end up hitting it, and it looks like you're flashing people, and you're not flashing people. And it's very annoying. The right hand switch gear, I like the kill switch. Yeah, the kill switch is nice, and the ignition button, etc. That's nice. And then the little scroll wheel on the right hand side, I thought that was actually a good idea at first. However, the more I've used it, the more it just annoys me, because it uses little clicks off a ball bearing to move up and down. And when you move it up and down, again, if you've not got like ultimate finesse, you just skip straight over it with your thumb and your glove. It's not too bad when you've not got any gloves on, but it is very fucking annoying when you have, because you just lose that initial feel, to be honest. And it's yeah, a right pain in the arse. So the switch gear in general, again, it's a bit clunky, it's a bit agricultural, it's a bit old at this point. Like, my favourite switch gear that I've had has been the KTM, the Super Duke. That was lovely. And then the Speed Triple was really nice as well. Like I say, this bike being what it is, it's a little bit older, a little bit long in the tooth at this point. Now we're onto some better roads now, so I can actually give you some decent fucking footage. You what? Nice. I'm sure they're not complaining. You what? I think Kira's ass is on show apparently. Wheelie! That was shit wheelie as well. It was shit anyway! I've got to save some petrol because The flash on this bike has completely ruined the MPG. I'm getting about 32 mile a gallon apparently, about 100 mile a tank where I used to get 150, so yeah. We are getting this in on the dyno on the 26th hopefully. So yeah, the switch gears are just old at this point, could do with an update. Brings me on to the second thing, which you all knew was coming, was the brakes. The brakes on this thing stock are awful. However, if you do go and look at my other video that I did, the mod that I did for the master cylinder by buying the titanium push pin, that is made such a big difference to these brakes. That and changing the pads did a decent job, but the actual feel of the brakes themselves, that completely fixes that. And so you can actually do it with your stock parts as well. So if you've got a stock lever, stock master cylinder, all that kind of thing, you can actually do the same mod with that. And again, I would highly recommend doing that because it just changes the feel so much. Farm shop and free house, a nice little pub. This place is nice. But yeah, the brakes as stock and standard are absolute rubbish. The rear brake was actually pretty good, to be honest with you, when I first got it. Oh, National Forest. Well, this is going to be nice. Oh, pheasant. And then going straight on, am I? Yeah, okay. I don't know what the fuck this road is, Jesus Christ. Oh, this bike is so fucking good. So much fun. Your arm? Well, I'll stop doing dick then. I've just been told to slow down because of her arm. I can't remember what I was talking about now. I'll keep it sidetracked. Oh, okay, I'm on fuel trip apparently. So you've seen that, right? Oh wow, this is cool. My fuel trip has just come on, and I had 70 mile in a tank. Something is not right here at all. So I've just got a bug twat me in the face. I'm a bit worried about that, to be fair, because the fuel trip really never usually comes on until about 100 mile. I'm at about 70, 80, something like that, which is not good, to be honest. So that's fun. Hopefully I fucking make it there. So yeah, once you've sorted the brakes out, and it is literally a £20 fix, and if you want to add new pads in, then feel free. But just for the brake feel itself, because you've got that initial sort of inch or so where nothing happens, and then the brakes just feel really, really wooden. I have changed my lever out twice. This is the best lever that I've found for this bike. I mean, there's all these mods that I've done and I am doing. You can do this for so much cheaper, trust me. And it will give you night and day difference on the feel of your brakes. The rear brake, like I said, is already pretty good, to be honest with you. But I have changed the pads out in that, and like I said, I've got radiated lines and stuff to go on. Oh, we're nearly there apparently. Cool, I hope so, because I'm running out of petrol. And honestly, I can't really think of much else. The seat, when I first got it, the standard seat is shit. It's just like a plank of wood, and the comfort seat isn't much better, but it's better than it was. And I've been on this bike now for maybe an hour, and I actually don't feel too bad, where usually I would be in a lot of pain, so that's a good sign. Again, the other thing that everyone hates to talk about is the looks of the bike. It is very Marmite looking bike, and I really, honestly, I will be honest with you, when I came off the 1290, I didn't want an MT10 because I thought it would be boring. I thought it would be, it wouldn't hold up to those bikes at all, and how wrong was I, man? Like, this thing is really, really good. Such a good bike. It's been so reliable. Oh, yeah, anyway. So the looks, again, Marmite. If I can think of one, again, I am being very fucking picky here. God, man, I don't know. I'm trying to think and ride at the same time. Oh, well, I guess it would be the mapping. The mapping of the engine from stock is a bit, it's a bit annoying, to be honest with you. They are restricted quite a lot from the factory, so you're probably getting 135, 140 horsepower stock. And then you've got to think of the Euro 5 stuff. It is quite jerky, the throttle mapping isn't particularly very clean. And when you get this bike remapped, which I have done, it wakes the fuck up out of it. Holy shit. Apparently it's there. Well, it's definitely not there. There's not a motorbike rally there, is there, mate? Right, well, my map said it was in a fucking council estate back down there, so I don't know where I'm going. Well, this there's a rock bar bike club there. Apparently I was on the... Here he is. Hello.
You paid for?
Oh.
All paid for.
Oh, thank you.
So, booked in.
Yeah.
Say Kieran, John.
Right.
And get the red stamp.
Right.
They're going down to the blue.
Out me way, you cunt.
Green cabin on the
Hey? Yeah, we're booked in if that's alright.
right. Green cabin on the right.
Yeah, okay, nice one. Hello. Hi, love.
Are you coming to see
Yeah.
Angie in that cabin?
Yeah.
Tell her who. Can we get off?
Yeah, go on then, yeah.
Barry, yeah? And Amanda goes.
Yeah, Angie's got you.
We'll be alright then. Hey? Your legs. Hello? Hello? You alright? Where are you?
Trollers.
I know you're there, but where are you?
I'm
Parked.
here.
Yeah, no.
Am I fucking pigments in your imagination?
I hope so.
Yeah. Back and beyond.
Oh yeah. Nice. Yeah.
I'm leaving. Fucking hell. I'm leaving you alone.
Yeah.
If you need a push back, I will help.
Yeah. Right, go on. Jump on. Right, wave bye-bye. It's just doing its thing where it doesn't coast properly. That's better. Oh, cut that corner, Barry. Right, knobheads. How are we? Forgot this thing was recording for a second then. Been a really good day. Been a really good day. Nice to see people. There's a cat. It's a nice little rally. It wasn't that busy. You know, it was fairly quiet to be fair. I was expecting it to be a little bit more busy than that, but when there's too many people in a certain place, I tend to freak the fuck out. So, but yeah, really good little rally that. I'll continue sort of talking about this bike a little bit more, sort of negative terms. One of the things I wanted to sort of talk about was the fact that if you get the ECU mapped on these things, it can lead to a lot of problems, which one of them that you probably saw at the beginning of this video. Second of all is my mile per gallon is absolutely tanked since putting this pipe on. I'm getting about 32 mile a gallon. I am on my fuel trip after 70 or 79 mile, pretty much run out of petrol. So I'm just praying to the fucking gods that I can find a Shell. We did go past a Shell, but I was getting about 150 mile out of a tank if I was really conservative, and now I'm getting what feels like 100, which is really bad. So please do bear in mind, and this is a warning, that a lot of dyno guys won't do you a bench flash on this bike because it has been causing them quite a lot of problems. People's ECUs have been bricking. It's been a bit of a disaster to be honest with you, just because of the Euro 5 stuff. Now I've put my O2 sensors back on this bike, and since I've put the O2 sensors back on, the fueling seems to have sort of evened it out a tiny little bit, but now it feels like it's running way too rich. But on the sort of flip side to that, if it's too lean, it can almost feel and act as though it's too rich. It's really weird. So yeah, I'm dealing with that at the minute because as you saw at the beginning, what tends to happen sometimes when I turn the bike on and it isn't I don't know, probably fully warmed up for a good 10 minutes, the engine braking just kind of disappears. And when you let the throttle go, usually when you'd feel that kind of, you know, the engine braking kicking in, it's not very nice to be honest with you, and the bike basically just feels like it's still in gear and it's pulling you forward, so you don't get that engine braking at all. And from what I've been talking to Andy about, is that feels and seems like it's to do with the fueling after the bench flash that I've had done on this thing. So just bear that in mind. Some dynos might let you, and they might do you a flash, they might have no problems, but just for my own sake, like, I get your bike dynoed and get it done properly, just because you don't know which of these bikes are going to be a paid and which ones aren't. So yeah, but thankfully Andy at Junction 33 has been really nice, and he's doing it for free for me. Oh, here's the Shell garage. Right, where's the good shit? Right, hop off. Well, you know, when we set off, when I let the throttle off, usually kind of go forward a bit with the engine braking. The issue I've been having with this thing is that if you let off your throttle, it doesn't engine brake, and so it basically feels like it's still in gear and it's pulling you forward. So I'm having to fight the brakes because I'm not getting the control underneath. So I have to turn the bike off, turn it back on again. Hopefully it doesn't do it again, and thankfully it's fine. Something definitely not right. I can still hear there's petrol in it, so it's not like it's about to run out. All we've got is this shite in it. We've not got the good stuff. Oh well, it'll get us home. We'll see how much I've got left after this, because that will give me an idea as to how much I've actually filled up. Right, that's a full tank. Give me all the juice, boy. and that's 13 litres. So I've got a 17 litre tank, and it said I had no petrol left, and it's used 13 and a half. So I had 3.5 litres left. So I don't know why it's telling me that it's fucking running out of petrol when it's not. It's fucking scary though. Hi mate. See if this will work. Yep, lovely. Cheers mate, thank you. Hello. Excuse me. Thanks dear. Bug. Reset the fuel trip. So yeah, another thing. If I were to do this with my fingers, with my gloves on, it can be very difficult because it wants to kind of skip down. I'm going to reset my average for mile per gallon because that's a fucking pain in the arse. We'll give a fresh slate and we'll try again. It's going to go down with you on it, but it's not going to go down that much. So I'm a bit confused. Hoppity. Get off me bloody property. Whee! Ah, my eye. These roads, fucking hell. Yeah, with Kia on the back, it is going to give me a little bit less mile per gallon, I do understand that. However, should it be that much, you know, to take 50 mile off a tank, so basically a third of a tank. Oh, pigeon. I was trying to get a wheelie off that then. Sorry dear. I think she just smacked me one. Oh, that sunset's gorgeous, hope you can see that. Did you just slap me? Yeah? Oh, sorry. Why?
Potentially wheelie.
Oh.
Fucking come off the back.
I was in 6th gear.
I almost did.
Sorry.
Fucking felt myself fully fly off.
Sorry, darling. Love you.
You don't.
Yes, I do. This is in B mode as well. In fact, I'm going to change modes. Oh shit! It's not attempted murder. Oh fuck. So Kira thinks I'm killing her. She says it's attempted murder. That the fact that I tried to wheelie when I didn't actually. I was in 6th gear, so it wouldn't have happened. So yeah, soz mate. You know, this bike is a good laugh. I'm not gonna lie. Especially in weather like this, you can't fucking fault it. We were just talking then at the rally about potential bikes in the future, about, you know, getting a GS or something and putting panniers on and a bit more comfortable for Kira. But in my opinion, this thing, I like this bike. I don't like Taurus. I don't like how big they are. I don't know. I'll have to see, won't I? I'll have to see. Oh, look at that view. Holy shit. The only thing that I would change on this bike, if I had the money, I guess, would be the suspension. And get an external reservoir, but just because that's that's not because I've got Kira on the back all the time, that'd be something that I would love, because I can just change the preload as and when. It would be nice to be able to just do that, you know, and have that sort of option, like a lot of bikes are doing it now. The MT10 has it, so why not the MT10? I don't really know, to be honest with you. So, but there isn't really much to dislike about this bike, I gotta say. That's a cool car. You know, I am picking at things here, and some of the things that I have said are definitely not some things that people will always do. Like, a lot of people don't get the bikes flashed, I understand that, so that won't be a problem for you at all. Again, reliability wise, and the engine is just fucking fantastic. So if you've got, you know, your reservations, just go and test ride one. Like, I can't say this enough, people ask me all the time, oh, which bike's better? Is it the KTM? Is it the Speed Triple? Is it this? Is it that? And I just say to them, I have to say to them all the time, look, like, it doesn't matter. Like, my opinion means nothing in essence, because what I like, you might absolutely hate. And obviously I've got different conditions and stuff as to what I like for a bike. I can give you my opinion, but that shouldn't really sway you into any kind of like deal or deal breaker, you know. Like, it shouldn't deter you from getting something that you like better than what I say. So please, I do like urge people, please just go out and test ride these bikes instead of asking for my opinion. I don't mind giving you my opinion, but I have actually had it a few times now where people have got the bikes that I say are great, you know, and I'm like, oh, this bike's amazing, or this bike's shit, and all I get back is like, oh, I didn't have that problem, or oh, I've never had this, or mine's been fucking amazing, and you know, the problems that you say don't exist. And I get that all the time, and I just have to say the same thing. Like, look, a lot of this is subjective. Like, again, what I say doesn't go. I'm not a mechanic, I'm not, you know, a professional, I'm nobody special, basically. I'm not the be-all and end-all of bike. And if you want to, you know, give that a go, give something else a go, you feel free. Just do what you like, just try them out. Wheelie?
Huh?
Wheelie?
What?
Wheelie?
No.
Okay. I'm I'm not gonna wheelie. I'm not gonna wheelie. She's like, don't you fucking dare. But like I said, I keep saying, this is the best bike I've had in a long time. I don't really want to part with it for anything major. Oh, look at that sunset. We get to go in here now. Tell me that doesn't sound amazing. Ow, my eyes. So yeah, I think that's it, guys. It's going to be boring on the way back now, so I'm going to leave you with that. Hopefully you've, enjoyed whatever I've been chatting shit about, I guess. It's been a nice day out. Thank you, Danny, for inviting us. It's nice to see people, like I said. But yeah, like I say, there's really not much to pick with this bike. It is a really good bike, and what I've said is they're just, improvements that will inevitably come over time anyway. So yeah, take it as you will. But yeah, that's been me. I'm going to leave you with this sunset. But thank you so much for watching. I'll see you very, very soon, I'm sure. And until the next time, boys and girls, sort 'em out. See you soon. Bye-bye.